What's up everyone, welcome back here at the Neon Pavilion. Have you ever seen one of those 30-day Eurovision challenges on maybe Instagram or maybe on Twitter where people are counting down to Eurovision by talking about some of their favorites of the year? Well, we're gonna do one of those today. Obviously not for 30 days, we're just gonna do it for this video, but I think it's gonna be fun nonetheless. For this video, I am of course using the ESC Shane official 30-day Eurovision challenge. There will be a link in the description where you can go and download it if you want to do it yourself, either for a video or for social media. And yeah, we're just gonna go through them one by one and we're gonna see what are some of my favorites this year, what are some of my opinions on the Eurovision 2024, because in a lot of those videos, in a lot of the videos that I do, I don't talk a lot about my favorites. I really just talk about more objective stuff. So before we get started, I just want to say that in general, I don't think this is one of the strongest years, at least not for me. There isn't a lot of songs that I've been really digging, both in national finals and the songs that are going to Eurovision this year, but I do still think it's going to be a fun year. So let's get into it. Number 1, your favorite ESC 2024 entry. I'm all about choosing fun and chaos this year. My favorite of the year is Finland. I love the fun, I love the chaos, I love the idea, and I love the 90s sound. This sounds like something that could be in a Sonic the Hedgehog game, and I am living for that. So while there's definitely songs that I think musically are maybe a little bit better this year, Finland has just stuck around since it won UMK, so it is my favorite this year. Number 2, a Eurovision 2024 entry reminding you of home. What does that mean? I really tried thinking long and hard about this one, because clearly some people are understanding and putting a lot of thought into this. I don't know what to pick for this. I don't know if there's anything that reminds me of home. I get the people, especially the people from the Balkans, who are choosing something like Croatia's song for this. I totally get that. I'm just gonna go with Denmark, because I'm from Denmark, so I guess that reminds me of home. Did I get the question right? Number 3, Eurovision 2024 entry personal to you. I don't have any idea. I don't really feel like there's any of the lyrics or any of the songs in particular that I really connect with in a more spiritual level. Has there ever been? I'm not really sure. Number 4, most underrated Eurovision 2024 entry. Without a doubt, I'm gonna give this one to San Marino. I know a lot of people pass us on San Marino just because it is San Marino, but I really feel like the song that they've picked this year is fantastic. It's a great rock song. We don't have a lot of rock vibes this year, so this song is definitely bringing it. Also, low-key, this song is better than most of the songs in Benidorm Fest this year, just saying. A few honorable mentions that I have is also Czechia. I think a lot of people have just forgotten that because it's been so long since it's been selected, but I still love it. I still think it's gonna do well, and I do think a top 10 will be possible if she will be working on her vocals. And also Poland. I know a lot of people are skipping Poland because they wanted a certain other song to compete. I was never a fan of that song, so I went into the tower with, completely, I wasn't comparing it to anything else. I was just looking at it as a great song. It is a great pop song, so those are my picks. Number 5, most overrated Eurovision 2024 entry. There aren't any big fan favorites this year that I'm 100% not on board with. Switzerland being so high in the odds, I believe even being one of the favorites to win at this point of recording, like that surprised me, because while I think it's a fine enough song, I don't see it as a winner at all. So maybe that would be my pick. I think a couple others that I wrote down was France. I've seen a lot of people talking about that, and while I think it can do well with the juries, I don't think it's gonna do that well overall. And then there's Norway. I know a lot of people are really loving Norway, but I feel like this very much could go down the route that Spain did last year, and it's just a kind of song that I've just never been able to connect with. It's not my style whatsoever. Number 6, Eurovision 2024 entry you like to dance to. Number 7, Eurovision 2024 song that you cry to. It really is the year of the bob. There isn't a lot of songs pulling on your heartstrings. If I were to pick one, I feel like it would be Serbia. I feel like that has that sad tone into it, that if I were to sit down and have a good cry with one of the songs of this year, probably be that. Number 8, your family and friends' favorite 2024 entry. I don't have any friends, so yeah. Anyway, number 9, ESC 2024 entry likely to go viral. I feel like the Netherlands is already starting to pick up speed. I think if there were to be one song that would really go out there, really take on all the Spotify global chart, be there on TikTok, it would be the Netherlands, especially in this part of Europe, you know, around Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, these kind of countries. I can see it happening, and I feel like it already is sort of happening. Number 10, Best Male Vocal of ESC 2024. I mean, we've all seen the performance from Dora from the Fringe entry this year. I'm gonna give it to Slimane. The song, not for me, I'm not on board on it, but those vocals, I mean, man can sing. Number 11, ESC 2024 entry with the biggest staging potential. This may be a fun one, but I'm really curious to see what Greece has up their sleeves. This video and song and performer in general, I feel like she really has a style. She really has something that she goes for, and if she goes hard and manages to do something that has the same sort of vibe as the music video on live, I feel like we're gonna get something that we haven't really seen at Eurovision before, and it'll definitely be very memorable. I'm very, very curious about that. But another one is also Ukraine. I think if they amp up the staging, which we know that Ukraine is able to do, they've done that before, this song can be taken to new heights. It can really be that big Eurovision moment of the year. It really has that potential, I feel like. Number 12, Best Female Vocal of Eurovision 2024. I was a little unsure on this one, but I'm gonna hand it to Teodora from Serbia. I feel like she really nails the song well with both the high notes and the lower notes, and that's something that always impresses me a lot. A lot of people always talk about high notes when they talk about great vocals, but I feel like really being able to nail the low notes, especially live as well, that takes skill, and I think that she will be performing this very well on the Eurovision stage. But another one I do also want to give an honorable mention to, that's Norway. I'm not onto the song. It's not my vibe, like I already mentioned, but girl can scream. Girl can definitely scream, and she can scream without it sounding too horribly. So I gotta give 2 thumbs up for that. Number 13, your semifinal 1 qualifiers and winners. I'm just gonna put them up on screen here. I use the sorter. You can make your decision if you think these are good or if these are extremely hot takes. Number 14, ESC 2024 country that surprised you. This one I'm definitely giving to Ireland. The fact that we went into the Irish selection this year expecting something that was just like we've had in previous years, lackluster, nowhere near the final. And then all of a sudden we get these 2 songs, Doomsday Bloom and Go Tobin, that are just wild, crazy out there, way more crazy than we see in most national finals actually. In one of the safest national finals that we've had over the years, the Eurosong in Ireland. Like, that's the biggest surprise whatsoever. I really feel like the head of delegation from Ireland was like, okay, you won crazy? Fine, we're gonna pick the 2 craziest submissions. We're just gonna put them in there. They're never gonna win, but we're gonna put them in there for the funsies, right? And then Doomsday Blue ended up winning. Because of course it did, because finally Ireland was ready for something interesting. I really hope this does well, and I really hope the song goes to the final. While it may not be one of my favorites, I do want Ireland to do well with something that's very much out of the box, because it'll be interesting to see what other songs and what other genres of music Ireland would be able to bring in the future if this does well. Number 15, your semifinal 2 qualifiers and winner. Once again, I'm gonna put it on screen. You can decide if you think it's a good top or not. You can go after me if you think it's bad. There's a comment section down there. I'll read it, but try to be nice, please. Number 16, your favorite Eurovision 2024 national final song. I've already made a whole video where I have my top 40 national final songs that didn't go on to win their national selections. So you can go check that out if you want to. Number 17, your Eurovision 2024 guilty pleasure. Having songs like Finland and Netherlands in my top 5, I feel like you cannot talk about guilty pleasures. And in general, it's not something I really believe in. I don't think that you should ever feel guilty about the songs you like. I know it's not that deep, but I've never really believed in guilty pleasures. Everything I listen to can be a guilty pleasure, if I'm honest. I just have a lot of fun with music sometimes, and I do want to say that I always root for San Marino when nobody else does. There's There's definitely songs that they've had over the years that haven't been the greatest musically or lyrically, but there's just something about San Marino that always makes me come back and always makes me listen to their entries. So I guess that's kind of a guilty pleasure. We're gonna go with it at least. Number 18, your favorite Eurovision 2024 national final. This one I gotta hand to UMK in Finland. It really clicked for me this year, and I feel like just like so many others, this is really a national final that was packed, not just musically, but I feel like the production was really great. I love that they put so much care and detail into getting as many people watching UMK as possible with all the different languages that you could have commentary in. And I think even the commentary that they were able to provide was really great. I watched the English language commentary and I really enjoyed that. On the flip side, I also watched Whitbeer with the English commentators, but had to like halfway through the show switch streams because I felt like they were talking too much. There is a balancing act in doing those kinds of things for a national selection, and Yle, the Finnish broadcaster, they just nailed everything, I feel like, with UMK this year. Great stagings, great songs, great host, great interval acts, everything UMK all the way. Number 19, Eurovision 2024 entry with the best lyrics. Nothing, and I mean nothing this year, can beat Meow Cat, Please Meow Back. Like, that's a Eurovision lyric for the history books right there. But I will give a few honorable mentions as well. I think Netherlands is a great message in that song as well, and especially the little outro where it goes a little deeper. I really love that. And I think also I want to give a little honorable mention to Switzerland here for managing to make a song that references being non-binary without being too much on the nose and without being something that you instantly click and you instantly realize if you aren't paying attention. And I think that's the right way of doing these kinds of messages. You know, be subtle about it, and the people that will know, they will know. Number 20, a Eurovision 2024 entry that makes you happy. I mean, obviously any of my favorites are gonna make me happy. You've already seen me bob along to the entry from the Netherlands. I have a lot of fun, happy, upbeat songs in my top 10 this year because I just want to enjoy myself and have a great time for Eurovision this year. And the fact that we have so many upbeat, bobby songs this year really shows that a lot of people are feeling the same way, especially after how well Cha 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 did last year. So, number 21, Eurovision 2024 entry that describes Eurovision. Obviously, I gotta give this one to the Netherlands. A song about a Europe without borders in a contest made to have the people of Europe be united by music. It's the most obvious answer for this one, I feel like. Number 22, your favorite Nordic entry? Of course, that is Finland. I've already talked about that, so I'm not gonna go more into detail. Number 23, your favorite Balkan entry? That one I gotta hand to Serbia. That song really grew on me after it won the Serbian selection, and I really do like a lot about this. Everything from the vocals to the song to the staging. Number 24, your favorite Eastern entry? I feel like I haven't talked nearly enough about Ukraine in this video, despite it being my second favorite, but it's definitely one of those that I've loved ever since it won Vidbeer, and this song will absolutely hit big on the Eurovision stage. I'm very excited to see it. Number 25, your favorite Western entry. I already talked a lot about the Netherlands as well, so I'm not gonna say that much more, but that's definitely up there as well. Number 26, your biggest grower of Eurovision 2024. I feel like songs don't really start to grow on me that much before we really get into the Eurovision week and I really start to delve into the rehearsals and really listen to these songs a lot more. But Rim Tim Takadim is definitely one that's grown on me. I wasn't really keen on it when it was first released, but watching the live performance, hearing it a few more times, it's definitely grown a lot more on me, and it is in my top 10 now, so. Number 27, your favorite Eurovision 2024 bop. I want to mention a song that I haven't mentioned in any of the others here, I feel like, so this one's gonna go to Italy. Italy is definitely also a song that I really enjoy this year. I really enjoyed dancing along to it, and I think it has a fun music video. I think Angelina is a great performer, so shout out to Italy. Number 28, your winner of Eurovision 2023. See, this is fun to look back at. My winner last year, that was Austria, Who the Hell is Edgar? I feel like I haven't listened to that song a lot since Eurovision 2023, and it was a little bit underwhelming with the staging and everything, but I still think it's a fun song. And I've had a fun song as my winner for 2 years in a row apparently, so make Eurovision fun again. Number 29, your most streamed Eurovision 2024 entry. I just looked at my Apple Music replay before filming this video, and currently the song that I've streamed the most this year, that's Pedestal, that's Czechia. Probably because it was released so early, so it's just had a lot more time to cook, and in general there hasn't really been any Eurovision songs this year, national finals or any of the ones actually going to Malmö, that I've really had on repeat this year, so this may change when we get closer into the Eurovision week, but for now it's Czechia. And finally, number 30, who do you think will win Eurovision 2024? Oh my god, it's such an open year this year and it's very exciting, and I'm very looking forward to when we get into the rehearsals and we really start to speculate who will actually win this year. I think there's a few that definitely has the potential. I think Netherlands is one of those that's up there. It's fun, but I feel like it also lyrically and musically works, and I think that some juries would be able to get on board with it. Ukraine is another good one. They always do well, and once again they have an extremely powerful package, and in a year with a lot of upbeat pop songs, this one does stand out. And then of course I gotta mention Croatia. I think it'll be a tougher sell for this song to win, especially if the vocals haven't really improved that much from what we saw in Dora, but I would love for Croatia to win, because I would love to have a true Eastern European Eurovision next year again. We really need that. Not that there's anything wrong with a Eurovision hosted in the Netherlands or whoever would be hosting on behalf of Ukraine, of course, but I would really love to see Eurovision go to the East, because I feel like it's been so long since we've had a proper Eastern European Eurovision. Those were my 30 picks for the 30-day Eurovision challenge. What are yours? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you to ESC Shane for creating this little challenge. It was super fun to do and actually a little challenging going through all these, figuring out which ones I was going to pick, but I had a lot of fun with it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you want more Neon Pavilion content, and then I'll hopefully see you guys very soon. This green screen, by the way, I only got it recently and it's such a pain to put up, but I had to give it a try for this video and hopefully it worked out well. It's gonna be a pain to edit as well, but we're gonna have some fun with it, I think. See you soon.